Welcome to Old Coins Legacy. Before you spend your next Washington State quarter, stop and listen carefully. One small 25-cent coin from the United States could be worth a serious amount of money, and most people don't even realize what they're holding. Today, we're revealing the top 7 most valuable Washington State quarter-dollar coins that collectors are actively searching for right now. One of these rare quarters could be hiding in your pocket, your jar, or your drawer. Watch till the end so you don't miss the most valuable one. If you enjoy rare coin discoveries, make sure to subscribe, like, share this video, and comment below. Thanks with love for watching Old Coins Legacy. Top 1. Imagine finding a simple old coin in your pocket, one that looks ordinary, but could secretly be worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's right. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare American coins to uncover the mystery of one of the most talked about treasures in U.S. coin history, the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Washington Quarter. This quarter isn't just another piece of pocket change. It celebrates 200 years of American independence, and some of these coins, especially the rare proof set editions, have skyrocketed in value to absolutely jaw-dropping levels. So stay tuned, because what looks like just a shiny quarter could actually turn out to be your golden ticket to a small fortune. Let's rewind a bit. The year was 1976, and the United States Mint decided to honor the country's 200th anniversary with a special edition of its most iconic coins, the quarter, half dollar, and dollar. To make them truly special, the familiar designs were replaced with patriotic ones. On the Bicentennial Washington Quarter, you'll see something different on the back. A dramatic colonial drummer, proudly beating his drum, with a torch of victory and 13 stars above. It's a design that screams freedom and heritage, capturing the spirit of America itself. But what most people don't know is that some of these coins were not minted for regular circulation. Some were struck as proofs, specially made for collectors with an extraordinarily fine mirror-like finish. These proof coins came from the U.S. Mint proof sets, carefully sealed and sold to collectors. But over time, some escaped into circulation or were kept and later misplaced, and now, decades later, collectors are going wild to find them again. You might be wondering, what makes one bicentennial quarter worth a fortune while another is worth just 25 cents? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and composition. First, check the coin's mint mark. You'll normally find it below Washington's portrait. Look for an S, marking it as a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint. That S means it came from a proof set, not for daily use. Second, look at the metal content. Some bicentennial quarters were made from a 40% silver composition, not the usual copper-nickel blend, and those silver-proof quarters are the ones collectors crave the most. Combine that with flawless condition, mirror-like shine, and sharp, bold strike details, and you're holding a potential masterpiece. Now here's where it gets seriously exciting. Some of these Bicentennial Washington quarters from proof sets have been graded at perfect or near perfect quality, and collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for them. If your 1776197 quarter has been certified by a professional service like PCGS or NGC and holds a top-tier grade, you might be sitting on one of the most valuable modern quarters in the entire U.S. collection world. Imagine this, an innocent-looking coin, tucked away for years in a drawer or coin album, suddenly crowned with the title of a fortune maker. Stories have surfaced of lucky finders who discovered pristine proof bicentennial quarters in sealed proof sets, and when sent for grading, their value soared unbelievably high. But here's the ultimate twist: these coins aren't just about money. They're a piece of living history. Every time someone finds a bicentennial quarter, they're holding a tiny steel snapshot of the American Revolution spirit, freedom, unity, and ambition carved into metal. It's what makes coin collecting so addictive. The thrill of uncovering hidden value, the passion for preserving history, and, of course, The excitement of that potential jackpot find. So what should you look for if you're hunting one of these treasures? Here's your quick guide. Search your proof sets or inherited collections from the 1970s. Focus on proof quarters with the S. Mint mark. If possible, get them tested to confirm 40% silver content. Keep an eye on visual quality, minimal scratches, deep mirrors, and crisp details. Consider professional grading if you suspect your coin is rare, because here's the truth. One genuine Bicentennial Washington Quarter from a proof set in mint or near mint condition has been known to fetch anywhere between $30,000 and $80,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. Up to $80,000 for a single quarter. Now, just think about it. A simple coin that once bought a gumball could now buy a luxury car or even cover a year of college tuition. That's the dream, right? And it's not just luck. It's about knowing what to look for, studying the details, and treating every coin like the potential treasure it could be. So, next time you open your coin box, don't ignore the shiny 1776196 Washington Quarter. Take a closer look, because history, heritage, and maybe even a small fortune could be sitting right in your hands. Thanks for watching, treasure hunters. If you enjoyed this rare coin deep dive, smash that like button, share it with fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing discoveries. Drop a comment telling us what rare coins you found or what coin stories you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. Top 2. Have you ever picked up a coin that looked just like every other quarter? Shiny, ordinary, nothing special, only to later find out it could be worth a small fortune? Well, today you're about to discover one that's turning heads across America. We're talking about one of the most sought-after U.S. coins in modern history, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter, a coin that celebrates history, beauty, and, for a lucky few, unbelievable value. This might just be the coin that hides in plain sight inside proof sets, quietly holding a staggering price tag collectors everywhere are chasing. When the United States Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program in 1999, it was more than just a new design, it was history in the making. Each state got its own quarter, reflecting something unique about its heritage. And the very first year of the program, 1999, turned out to be full of surprises. The Connecticut Quarter holds a special place among them. On its reverse, you'll see the Charter Oak, a legendary symbol of freedom and resilience. According to history, in 1687, Connecticut patriots hid their royal charter inside this massive oak tree to keep it safe from the King of England's representatives. That single act of defiance became an iconic story of independence, now immortalized on this stunning coin. But here's the twist. While millions of Connecticut quarters were minted for everyday use, a much smaller number were made in proof sets, specially struck with mirror-like finishes, deep frosted details, and perfect craftsmanship. And that is where the real treasure lies. Let's talk about the mint marks. The P. Mint mark tells you it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, Philadelphia coins are common, but proof versions, real proof strike quarters sealed in collector sets and kept untouched, are a completely different story. Some of these proof Connecticut quarters have turned out to be far rarer and more desirable than anyone imagined. How rare? Well, coin experts and collectors in the U.S. coin hunting community have spent years studying these proof coins. A small number of flawless examples, perfectly preserved from their proof sets, have been graded as top-tier condition, and those exceptional pieces are exactly what have skyrocketed in value. Picture this: a standard-looking Connecticut State Quarter sitting in your drawer for years. You take a closer look, a flawless mirrored surface, crisp frosting on Washington's face, and that perfect P. Mint mark under the word, "In God We Trust." You send it off to be graded by PCGS or NGC, and it comes back nearly perfect. Suddenly, This humble little piece of metal transforms into one of the most valuable proof coins of the late 20th century. Collectors call this the proof set miracle because these quarters were never meant to circulate, and yet a few have found their way into the hands of ordinary people who never realized what they were holding. The Connecticut proof quarter story is all about condition, rarity, and craftsmanship. Regular quarters were struck in huge numbers for spending, but proofs were struck carefully twice, using polished dies that brought an almost glass-like shine. They were intended only for collectors. Over time, the sealed packaging dried out, the coins toned slightly, and many sets broke apart, leaving just a handful of perfectly preserved survivors. Each surviving piece tells its own story, and that story has real financial power. When an expert grader labels a proof quarter as PR69 or PR70, essentially perfect, its value can surge beyond imagination. And yes, people have paid astonishing premiums for such a coin from that first state set edition. Now imagine the adrenaline rush for collectors searching for it. Thousands of coin enthusiasts across the United States are flipping through binders, proof sets, and coin rolls, hoping to catch that one Connecticut quarter with eye-popping luster, deep cameo contrast, and flawless detail. It's not just about history anymore. It's the thrill of treasure hunting in real life. One coin, one small, shiny disc of metal, could unlock thousands of dollars worth of hidden value. And what's more fascinating? The Connecticut quarter remains one of the most recognized and talked about coins from the 50-state quarter series. A fan favorite because it combines beauty, patriotism, and potential gold-level profit. Coin experts recommend a few things if you want to try your luck. Check your old coin collections, inherited proof sets, or sealed mint packaging from 1999. Look carefully for a 1999 Connecticut quarter with a P mint mark and deep mirrors on both sides. If it looks flawless, that's your cue. Have it professionally graded. Because perfection in the coin world doesn't come cheap, and the rewards for pristine proof examples can be jaw-dropping. Collectors around the country have reported proof Connecticut quarters selling for strong prices, especially those certified at the highest grade. These aren't just coins anymore. They're investment pieces, museum-worthy artifacts representing the very start of the state quarter craze that reshaped U.S. numismatics forever. Think about that. The Connecticut quarter marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. The minting technology, the design vision, and the excitement it sparked among collectors all helped reignite America's love for coins. And that's why the proof quarter from 1999, with the Philadelphia P mint mark and impeccable finish, has become such a prized gem in American coin history. Now for the question everyone's waiting to hear. Just how much is this rare treasure really worth? Here's the stunning truth. A genuine, pristine proof Connecticut quarter dollar with a P mint mark, straight from a proof set and certified at the highest grade, has an estimated value between $33,000 and $61,000 US. Yes, tens of thousands of dollars for a quarter that once cost less than $1 to produce. That's the dream of every collector, every coin lover, every treasure hunter out there today. So next time you come across a 1999 Connecticut state quarter, don't just toss it aside. Examine it closely. Behind a graceful image of the Charter Oak could lie one of the most valuable proof coins in modern U.S. history, a piece of American pride, craftsmanship, and pure collector magic worth tens of thousands. Thank you for watching. If you loved this video and want to see more amazing stories about rare and valuable U.S. coins, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more treasure hunting discoveries. Comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or want to learn about another state quarter worth big money. We love hearing your coin stories. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, that small piece of change in your hand today could be tomorrow's jackpot. Top 3. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if you might be holding a secret fortune? What if one of those ordinary-looking Washington quarters from 1965 could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about one of America's most mysterious, most hunted, and most valuable modern coins, the Washington Quarter 1965, a coin that hides in plain sight, but has the power to turn your small change into serious money. Let's set the stage. The year was 1965, a turning point in U.S. coin history. Silver prices were skyrocketing, and the U.S. government faced a serious shortage of precious metal. To solve the problem, the mint decided to say goodbye to the traditional 90% silver coins. That decision changed everything. Until 1964, every Washington quarter you held in your hand contained real silver. But starting in 1965, the mint switched to a copper-nickel composition, no silver at all. Millions of these new, clad coins poured into circulation. But in the middle of that transition, a few special coins slipped through the cracks, and those are the ones that have driven collectors absolutely wild ever since. Here's the fascinating twist. When the switch happened, the mint still had leftover silver planchets, blank discs destined to become 1964 silver quarters. Somehow, either by mistake or a rare test run, a very small number of those silver blanks were struck using the brand new 1965 dies. That created a handful of extremely rare 1965 quarters made of silver instead of copper-nickel, the kind of minting error that turns an everyday coin into a jackpot find. But there's more. Alongside those rare transitional errors, the mint also prepared proof coins, sharply struck, collector-quality pieces with mirror-like surfaces. Normally, 1965 proof coins weren't issued in the standard proof sets, because official proof sets were paused during the mid-1960s. Instead, the mint released special mint sets, intended to replace proofs temporarily. And tucked within those sets, some exceptionally perfect strikes have become incredibly valuable treasures today. Now, here's what makes this coin even more thrilling. The 1965 Washington Quarter should, by all logic, be just another common piece of pocket change. Yet, the few that exist in silver, or from special mint sets with brilliant proof-like luster, can fetch staggering prices at auction. These coins combine rarity, mistake, and history, all in one. Collectors dream of finding that one proof-finish 1965 quarter secretly stuck in an old mint set from the 1960s. And because so few people even know to look for it, it can hide unnoticed in old family coin collections or boxes of inherited treasures handed down for generations. Imagine this scene. You find an old coin album in your grandfather's attic. You wipe away the dust, open the faded pages, and there it is, a bright, perfectly struck 1965 Washington quarter, glowing with that special reflected shine proof coins have. The curves look sharper, the background mirrors light like glass, and it feels just different in your hand. You decide to get it tested, and the silver test confirms what your gut already knew. You've found one of the most valuable 1965 quarters in existence. That moment? That's every collector's dream come true. Collectors obsess over the tiny details. Here's what you need to watch for. Check the edge of the coin. If you don't see the usual copper tone, and instead it looks solid silver all the way through, that's your first clue. Look carefully at the coin's luster and surfaces. Proof-like or mirror finish. That's worth getting graded. Send the coin to PCGS or NGC, professional grading companies, for certification. Look for coins with pristine details, no scratches, no wear, sharp strike, because condition makes a massive difference. Now, here's where the story turns from interesting to unbelievable. Some of these proof quality or rare silver 1965 Washington quarters have sold for astronomical amounts. When certified in perfect or near-perfect condition, collectors have paid more than the price of a brand new luxury car for one single coin. Why? because the 1965 quarter wasn't supposed to exist in silver, and real proof-level examples from that era are almost impossible to find today. It's the classic coin collector's holy grail: beauty, rarity, and mystery rolled into one timeless piece of U.S. history. And this is why hunters across America, seasoned numismatists and lucky amateurs alike, are obsessively checking every quarter they find. Whether it's an error on silver planchet, a misplaced proof strike, or an untouched coin hidden in a special mint set, the prize at the end of the search could be massive. Remember, there are still unsearched mint sets and collections sitting untouched in millions of households. Inside one of them may rest a 1965 quarter with proof-like brilliance, quietly waiting for someone to recognize its incredible value. Many collectors believe more of these rare specimens are still out there, and that thought keeps the hunt alive. So, how much is the dream coin worth? Get ready for this: a genuine, perfectly preserved proof quality or silver planchet 1965 Washington quarter from a mint or proof set origin has an estimated value between $33,000 and $87,000. That's right. A small 25-cent coin could be hiding a fortune worth tens of thousands of dollars. Think about that for a second. The same coin you might hand to a vending machine could actually buy you a luxury car, pay for college tuition, or even a small house down payment if you're lucky enough to find the right one in the right condition. That's why coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's real-life treasure hunting. It's mystery, excitement, and history, all wrapped into one shiny piece of metal. So next time you grab a handful of change or open your coin jar, don't rush. Take a moment, look closely at any 1965 Washington quarters, especially the ones that look unusually bright or free of copper edges. You never know, you could be holding a genuine piece of U.S. minting history worth a life-changing amount of money. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and want more real stories of rare U.S. coins worth big money, make sure to like this video, share it with other treasure hunters, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting discoveries every week. Comment below and tell us, have you ever found a rare coin or a valuable collectible in your own collection? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember, your next quarter could be worth a fortune. Top 4. Perfect. You'd like a long, dramatic, and irresistibly greedy YouTube script centered on the 1972 Washington quarter dollar with a D mint mark, crafted to sound like a 10-minute voiceover, full of the treasure hunt excitement and packed with top U.S. coin keywords. Rare quarter worth money, valuable 1972 D Washington quarter, proof coin value, etc. It should draw in viewers, keep them hooked, and finish with a strong YouTube outro. Here's your full script, built to sound rich, intense, and captivating. Script: have you ever imagined that a regular coin in your pocket could secretly be worth more than a bag full of cash? Today, we're talking about one of those hidden treasures, a mysterious piece of American history that could make anyone's jaw drop. This is the story of the 1972 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark, a coin that's turning heads in the collector world for its beauty, rarity, and astonishing market value. What looks like spare change could actually be a life-changing discovery, if you have the right one. Let's rewind for a moment. The early 1970s were a fascinating time for U.S. coin collecting. The Washington Quarter series had already been in circulation for decades, but something special happened in 1972. That year, the coins minted in Denver, marked with a small letter D beneath George Washington's neck, became the focus of attention for both collectors and treasure hunters alike. Why? Because a select few of these 1972 D quarters possessed the kind of striking precision, proof-like quality, and minting details that make them stand out from the millions of ordinary coins produced that year. And some of them, originally minted for proof or special collector sets, have ended up being worth thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars today. Imagine holding that shiny 1972 quarter in your hand. To most people, it's just 25 cents. But for coin collectors, every coin tells a story, and the 1972 Washington Quarter has a story filled with mystery, rarity, and money that can blow your mind. During this period, the U.S. Mint in Denver was running at full production, but a handful of coins struck from specially prepared dies came out looking dramatically different. Some of these coins were part of special collector runs or proof-like strikes, coins that never truly made it into circulation and stayed locked away in proof or mint sets. Over time, those few shining examples have become numismatic legends. Let's talk a bit about the coin itself. The front side features a proud image of George Washington, the first president of the United States, along with the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." On the reverse, you see the majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a classic emblem of American power and peace. But while millions of quarters share that same design, it's the fine details, sharp edges, and mirror-like fields that make certain 1972 quarters truly unique. Proof-like examples from mint sets are so stunning that they look more like jewelry than currency. The mirror finish, the deep contrast between Washington's frosted profile and the smooth background, and the crispness of every letter, all these signs point to a rare treasure minted by mistake or for a select collector series. Coin experts call these coins proof-quality strikes or specimen strikes, and they are extremely rare for this year in mint. Over the years, collectors have sent thousands of 1972 quarters for grading, but only a small handful have achieved those top-tier designations from professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. Those few are now among the most coveted modern quarters in coin history. Now here's where things get truly exciting. When these coins appear at auctions, the bidding wars are intense. Collectors from all over the country compete fiercely to add one of these legendary quarters to their collections. Some people have paid the price of a luxury car for just one perfect specimen. But how can you tell if you've got one? Here's what you need to check. Look for the D Mint mark below Washington's portrait. That stands for the Denver Mint. Examine the surface under good light. Proof-like or mirror finish. That's a massive clue. Check the sharpness of details. Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the crisp lettering. If the coin came from a sealed mint or proof set, that's even better. And finally, have it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Because even small imperfections can drastically change the value. One amazing thing about the 1972 Washington Quarter is that it's still hiding in plain sight. Collectors believe there are still untouched mint sets, forgotten in drawers, old albums, or storage boxes, waiting to be rediscovered. Imagine opening your old coin collection one day and finding the gleaming 1972 quarter you bought decades ago, only to learn that it's now worth more than you ever dreamed possible. That's the magic of numismatics, real history in your hands, and the thrill of the unexpected. And that's not all. Some of these coins have errors, like double die strikes, off-center strikes, or proof-like double impressions, details that make them even more valuable. The U.S. Mint never intended for these imperfect masterpieces to leave the press, but a few slipped out, and each one tells a story of chance, craftsmanship, and incredible luck. The Washington Quarter series is one of the most collected U.S. coins ever made, and the 1972 version holds a special place for modern collectors. It bridges a fascinating moment in numismatic history, the move from the early silver years into the modern clad era, a time when mint technology improved, and rare errors became even more sought after. That's why these proof quality or misstruck 1972 quarters from mint sets have become legendary among coin hunters. Each one represents the possibility of hidden wealth, a treasure that could be sitting in plain view all along. And now for the part everyone's been waiting for. Just how valuable can one of these rare 1972 quarters really be? depending on its quality, grade, and proof set origin. A flawless or near-flawless specimen has been estimated to sell for between $33,000 and $83,000 United States dollars. Yes, a single quarter dollar that could be worth over $83,000. That's the kind of discovery coin collectors dream about. So the next time you're sorting through your old change, searching through proof sets, or handling a dusty box of coins, pay close attention to those 1972 D quarters. Look for that dazzling shine and extraordinary detail, because your small find could turn into a treasure worth more than gold. Thank you for watching, treasure hunters. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable and rare Washington quarters, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and coin collecting communities, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more incredible discoveries and money-making coin stories. Drop a comment below, telling us what rare coins you've found or what coins you want us to cover next. And remember, every coin has a story, and your next handful of change might just hold the next big treasure. Keep searching, keep collecting, and as always, thanks for watching. Top 5. Have you ever wondered if that old coin sitting in your drawer could secretly make you rich? What if I told you that a simple 25-cent coin, a 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today? Yes, in this video, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and surprisingly valuable U.S. coins ever, the 1978 Washington quarter dollar that doesn't show a mint mark. A coin that looks completely ordinary, yet hides a secret value that only the rare few have uncovered. Let's rewind to the late 1970s, a time when disco was everywhere. Movies like Star Wars filled theaters, and in the middle of it all, the U.S. Mint continued producing millions of Washington quarters every year. But among those millions, a few coins struck in 1978 turned out to be unlike the rest. Usually, American quarters show a mint-marked letter, D for Denver or S for San Francisco, just beside George Washington's ponytail, right on the obverse. But the quarters minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark at all. To collectors, that little absence makes all the difference, because when a coin has no mint mark but shows proof like perfection or a rare die strike error, it becomes a true numismatic marvel. Now, before 1979, the Philadelphia Mint didn't place a P mark on coins. So a missing mint mark doesn't automatically mean an error. But here's where it gets exciting. The 1978 quarters that show proof quality surfaces or unusual strike finishes are the ones that drive collectors wild. Some of these coins were never intended for circulation. They came directly from proof sets or collector mint runs, carefully struck multiple times with polished dies to bring out mirror-bright fields and frosted details. And when those coins remain untouched, sealed away in their original proof packaging, they can become insanely valuable. You see, proof coins are special. They're minted not for spending, but for showing off. They represent the finest craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. And 1978 proof quarters, especially the flawless ones without a mint mark, have become highly desired collector items, not only because of their rarity, but because they mark the last calm year before major design and metal changes began sweeping through U.S. coinage in the 1980s. What makes the 1978 quarter so enticing? It's the combination of age, perfection, and history. Think about it. Most quarters from that time were used daily, tossed in pockets, dropped on floors, and scraped in vending machines. Finding one in untouched proof condition today is incredibly difficult. That's why collectors go crazy when one appears in near-perfect quality, straight from a proof set or found stashed untouched for decades. And among those pieces, the no mint mark variation stands out because it's tied to the Philadelphia strikes, some of which show sharper, brighter mirror finishes than even traditional proofs from San Francisco. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. On the obverse, we have George Washington's proud portrait with that signature calm determination. Liberty, above. In God we trust, to the left, and the year 1978 at the bottom. Flip it over, and you'll see the American bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a design that embodies freedom, strength, and peace. It's that classic beauty, combined with elusive rarity, that keeps collectors obsessed year after year. But what about the money part? Well, here's where things get downright thrilling. Because while an ordinary 1978 quarter might still be worth just 25 cents, a rare proof quality coin with no mint mark, from a seal-proof set, preserved in flawless condition, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars when professionally graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in grading coins, and if your coin achieves the highest grades, PR69 or PR70, its market value skyrockets. Serious collectors and investors chase those perfect specimens like hidden jewels. Now picture this. You're digging through an old coin jar or exploring your grandparents' attic, and among loose change, you find a 1978 quarter that somehow looks different. It shines brighter, the surfaces are beautifully reflective, the edges crisp, the eagle's feathers perfectly carved. You start wondering, could this be it? You check closer, no mint mark. You notice it came from a proof set, untouched for decades. You do a little research, maybe send it for grading, and boom, it comes back as a near-flawless proof strike. Suddenly that tiny 25-cent piece could be worth more than a brand new car. That's the kind of dream that keeps coin collectors wide awake at night. So, how can you join the hunt? Here's what to do. Search every 1978 quarter you find, not just in change, but in old coin sets or proof envelopes. Look for the missing mint mark, that smooth, blank spot near Washington's ponytail. Check for mirror-bright fields, frosted figures, and crisp edges. If it looks uncirculated and shines differently from regular coins, handle it carefully and consider grading it. Because even the smallest detail can be the difference between a regular coin and a jackpot worth tens of thousands. Every serious collector dreams of discovering one of these coins. A perfectly minted 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark, shining straight out of a proof set, preserved in perfect condition. They represent craftsmanship, rarity, and historical prestige, the three pillars that make modern quarters worth real money. And just imagine, you could be the next lucky collector to uncover one of these masterpieces hiding in plain sight. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much is this coin really worth? A flawless, proof quality 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark from a proof set has an estimated value between $33,000 and $78,000 United States dollars. That's right. Up to $78,000 US for a coin most people would overlook as pocket change. Its life-changing value hidden inside 25 cents of history. So, check your drawers, your coin albums, and your old proof sets. Don't ignore the small things, because that shiny 1978 quarter you've been glancing over could be your ticket to an incredible discovery. Thank you for watching this coin hunter story. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable Washington quarter, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your family and fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden treasure coin videos every week. Leave a comment below telling us if you've ever found a rare coin or which rare quarter you'd like to see featured next. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, not all treasures are gold. Some are silver, shiny, and worth thousands. Top 6. How often do you glance at a simple quarter and think, it's just 25 cents? Imagine finding out that the same coin could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, hold on tight, because today we're diving into one of the most shocking modern coin stories in American history. The rare and valuable 1984 Washington quarter with a P mint mark. What looks like an ordinary pocket change coin might in fact hide a fortune in plain sight, if you know what to look for. Let's travel back to the mid-1990s, a time of boomboxes, muscle cars, and economic change across the United States. In 1984, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, marked by the small letter P, struck millions of Washington quarters. But as collectors have discovered, a few of those coins, including some proof-quality strikes and flawless mint set pieces, turned out to be unlike any others. These rare coins carry a beauty, brilliance, and precision that normal circulation coins just don't have, and some of them, incredibly, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. The story of the Washington Quarter is one of American pride. George Washington's portrait had already graced the quarter since 1932, but by 1984, the design continued to evolve subtly as dies wore and were replaced. That year, the Philadelphia Mint was operating at full force, churning out coins for everyday use. Yet, among all that mass production, some quarters were struck with proof-like perfection. These weren't your average coins from pocket change. They were coins struck on specially prepared dies, often with extra pressure, flawless details, and reflective surfaces, sometimes ending up inside special mint or proof sets that collectors order directly from the mint itself. And that's where the treasure lies. These proof or specimen level strikes from the early 1980s have become legends in the numismatic world. They bridge the gap between mass production and artistry, combining everyday design with a level of craftsmanship meant for collectors. The 1984 quarters with the P mint mark that came from those exceptional proof or near-proof mint runs are today among the hardest to find in pristine condition. Collectors call them hidden gems because for decades they've sat unnoticed in drawers, coin albums, or sealed mint packaging, waiting for someone to realize just what they truly are. Take a close look at a 1984 Washington Quarter from Philadelphia. Notice George Washington's iconic profile, strong, resolute, framed by the word Liberty above and the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left. Underneath, the year 1984 stands quiet and confident, but just beside it, that tiny P mint mark holds the secret. On the reverse side, the proud bald eagle appears as always, wings spread and clutching arrows and olive branches, the symbol of freedom and strength that defines America itself. Now, an ordinary 1984 P quarter might not seem special, but if yours came from a proof set or shows flawless, mirror-bright fields and frosted details, you could be sitting on a rare treasure. Here's what makes these coins especially exciting. During the minting process, some sets of dies were polished and treated differently, producing coins so brilliant they looked like mirrors. These high-grade examples often end up being graded by professional certification companies, such as PCGS or NGC. When the grade tops out, MS68, MS69, or PF70, that's when the value explodes. It's a combination of rarity, flawless condition, and collector demand that pushes the worth of these coins through the roof. And the 1984 P quarter meets all three conditions for those few surviving flawless examples. Imagine finding one of these coins in your old collections, inside an untouched U.S. Mint set from the 1980s. You take it out, shining bright under the light, its fields gleaming like glass, the details razor sharp. You get it certified, and when it comes back in superb grade, you realize that this tiny piece of metal, just 25 cents in face value, could now be worth more than a brand new car. That happens more often than you might think, and it's exactly why collectors are passionately hunting for 1984 P quarters in top condition even right now. So what should you look for? Here are a few expert tips for identifying a potential jackpot coin. Locate the P mint mark on the obverse, near Washington's neck. Look for proof-like or mirror-bright surfaces, sharper than a normal circulated coin. Examine for crisp eagle feather details and sharp lettering. Avoid touching the fields, Any scratch lowers the grade and the potential value. If the coin came from a sealed mint set or proof set, keep it protected. And when in doubt, always have it graded professionally. That's how collectors confirm true rarity. Now here's what makes this even more exciting. Some 1984 quarters display unusual error patterns, like double dies, off-center strikes, or partially missing letters. Combine that kind of mint error with perfect condition, and the price can jump dramatically higher. Collectors love the unpredictability of these finds. Each one tells a different story of how the minting process sometimes turned ordinary into extraordinary. Let's talk real numbers, because this is where everyone's heart starts racing. A genuine, pristine 1984 Washington quarter with a P mint mark, preserved in proof set brilliance or flawless mint condition, has been estimated to reach staggering prices at auction. Depending on the grade, strike quality, and market demand, one can sell for between $33,000 and $71,000 United States dollars. That's a life-changing return, all from a coin most people would overlook as everyday change. So don't ignore your coins. Take a closer look at your proof sets, your old mint rolls, or the coin collections you've inherited. The treasure you've been looking for might already be sitting right under your nose. Every year, collectors discover new gems they never realized they owned, and the 1984 P quarter, in pristine proof set condition, is one of the dream discoveries of the numismatic world. Remember, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a time machine that connects you with America's history, art, and talent. Every coin holds a story, and every piece of change could be your lucky find. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare and valuable U.S. coins, hit that like button, share this video with fellow coin lovers, and please subscribe to the channel to join our community of treasure hunters. Leave a comment below telling us if you've ever found a rare coin, or what U.S. coin series you want me to explore next. And remember, your next quarter might just be worth a small fortune. So keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and keep believing that your pocket change could be priceless. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Top 7. What if that everyday 1992 quarter in your pocket, yes, the one you almost threw at a parking meter, could secretly be worth a small fortune? Sounds impossible, right? But hidden in plain sight across the United States are a few extraordinary 1992 Washington quarters with no mint mark, originally struck for collectors, that can fetch jaw-dropping prices today. This isn't just another coin story. This is a real-life American treasure hunt. Let's roll back to the early 1990s. The year was 1992, and the U.S. Mint was running strong, producing millions of Washington quarters for daily use. But as always in coin history, the transition between mint runs, die changes, and proof preparation led to a few unpredictable surprises, and it's those surprises that have turned ordinary quarters into coins worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins with no mint mark before this period, had fully adopted the P mark on most quarters by the 1980s. However, a few quarters from 1992 mysteriously showed up without that mint mark, and those coins, especially when connected to proofs or mint set strikes, now live in collector legend. Picture it. You open your old coin jar or a dusty album that's been hiding in your family for years. You spot a bright, mirror-like 1992 Washington quarter. No D, no S, no P. Just the date, shining proudly below Washington's portrait. You think it's common. But wait, that tiny missing letter could mean the world. Because that small detail transforms this coin from regular change into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Let's talk design. First, on the front, there's George Washington's bold profile, a classic symbol of the nation's spirit, with liberty across the top and "In God We Trust" along the side. Flip it over, and you'll see the striking image of the American bald eagle, wings spread, gripping arrows and olive branches, strength, and peace united forever in American symbolism. The design never changed dramatically, but the minting process did. And in 1992, some of the highest quality proof and mint strikes were the cleanest, shiniest, and most detailed Washington quarters the mint had made in years. They came sealed inside proof sets, produced in small numbers for serious collectors, but over time, some sets broke apart, and their treasure spilled into the world of loose change. Now, here comes the amazing part. A small number of these pristine 1992 Washington quarters without a mint mark are proof strike coins. Coins that were never meant to circulate. They have mirror-bright fields, frosted raised figures, and a crispness that ordinary coins can't match. These proof coins were specially struck multiple times using polished dies to bring every feature to life. If one of those special quarters ends up in your collection today, and it's certified as a genuine proof coin or a mint error with no mint mark, you could be staring at a fortune in the making. Collectors call this phenomenon an accidental treasure, because these no mint mark pieces should not exist in the wild. They were meant to be sealed, admired, and preserved, not spent. A few may have slipped through mint packaging errors or been separated from abandoned proof sets over the years, and that's what keeps modern coin treasure hunters on their toes. You might be wondering, how can you tell if your coin is one of them? Here's what to look for. No mint mark beneath Washington's neck. Just a clean space. Mirror-like surfaces with frosted details on Washington's face and the eagle. Sharp edges, deep strikes, and almost glassy fields. Uncirculated appearance, no major scratches, discoloration, or dull finish. If it came from an original 1992 proof set or collector package, keep it safe. These proof or no mint mark strike quarters are the elite few that the numismatic world chases relentlessly. Condition alone can boost a coin's value from simple pocket change to pure gold status. Now imagine this. You find one, send it to NGC or PCGS for grading, and it comes back as a PR69 or PR70 deep cameo, nearly flawless. The day you get that certificate in the mail, the ordinary shines no more. You're holding history, rarity, and real money. Collectors from across the country are constantly hunting for these, making 1992 Washington quarters without a mint mark one of the most searched coins among enthusiasts in the United States today. Every year, news stories surface about people finding seal-proof coins worth tens of thousands locked away in forgotten collections. That could be you. Let's talk about what makes these specific 1992 no mint mark quarters so irresistible. There are three ingredients. Rarity. Very few genuine no mint mark proof coins exist outside of dedicated collector sets. Condition. Coins that remain untouched, scratch-free, and mirror-clean are prized like fine gems. Mystery. That missing mint mark sparks endless fascination. Was it an overlooked production quirk or a concealed collector gem? Together, those three factors light a fire in every coin lover's heart. When these coins appear at auctions, especially one certified in top condition, bids soar fast. Enthusiasts worldwide compete fiercely because they know this isn't just another quarter. It's a symbol of minting perfection from a transitional era in American coin history. And here comes the real treasure chest moment, the question you've been waiting for. How much could one of these incredible 1992 Washington quarters with no mint mark actually be worth? The jaw-dropping answer. A flawless proof or mint set strike with no mint mark has an estimated value ranging anywhere from $33,000 to $65,000 United States dollars. Yes, a single quarter worth up to $65,000 US dollars. That's tuition money. That's a dream vacation. That's a new car, all from one tiny 25-cent piece of history. Now take a second and think. When was the last time you really looked at your coins? Proof sets, old family keepsakes, or boxes of coins tucked away for decades might have treasures you've never recognized. All it takes is curiosity, a bit of knowledge, and luck on your side. Because remember, these coins didn't vanish. Some are still out there, waiting for someone just like you to spot them at the right time. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, but few discoveries fill collectors with as much thrill and adrenaline as uncovering a rare proof coin disguised as pocket change. The 1992 no-mint mark Washington Quarter isn't just a coin, it's a bridge to American history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and a reminder that fortune can hide in the simplest things. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable and mysterious quarters, please like this video, share it with your fellow treasure hunters, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more stories about coins worth real money hiding right under our noses. Drop a comment below telling us if you've ever found a rare coin or what coin story you'd like to see next. Until next time, keep collecting, keep believing, and always remember, your next quarter might just be the one that changes your life. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment.